When I started my public life, I understood the media might be interested in what I did. I realized then their attention would inevitably focus on both our private and public lives.
When Princess Diana came into the royal family, she was like a meteorite.
Royalty had always been very distant.
HIV does not make people dangerous to know, so you can shake their hands and give them a hug. Heaven knows they need it.
There will never be another Princess Diana.
It has been 20 years since the deadly car crash that took the life of Princess Diana. And TLC will take a look back on the legacy of the People's Princess in an emotional 3-hour special titled Princess Diana, Tragedy or Treason. And this morning here on Good Morning Arizona, we are talking with Princess Diana's renowned biographer, Andrew Morton, about remembering Princess Di 20 years later. Andrew, good morning and thanks for your time. I know that you consider Diana to be a friend. What is it like to see these years pass and to know that we still, as a public around the world, continue to have a fascination with her life and her legacy?
Well, it's very heartwarming in a way that Diana's work, Diana's nature has remained potent in the world, that she hasn't been forgotten. And I think that when you look at the development of her children, William and Harry, you can see that they are torchbearers for her legacy and torchbearers for the future of the monarchy. So, you know, there's a lot of positives to come out of this tragedy.
I want to get back to talking about her sons in just a moment, but talk to me first about this really provocative title for the special, A Tragedy or Treason. Elaborate on this.
Well, tragedy is the tragedy of her death, but obviously treason relates to the various accusations and allegations made about people engineering her death, a conspiracy, if you will. And even after a British and a French police investigation into her death, there's still many people probably watching your show who still believe in a conspiracy. So the show has a series of experts talking about that.
With your experience with the royal family, is it painful for them to hear the perspective that this was orchestrated? Well,
I think that certainly the boys and Prince Charles all feel that, you know, this matter should be laid to rest. But the issue is that people still believe it. You know, I was stopped in the street just the other day in London. Someone said, "I believe, you know, it was a conspiracy theory." So, you know, it's well worth remembering that when an iconic figure like Diana or, for example, JFK dies in an extraordinary way, it kind of generates these theories, because we certainly don't want to see a modern icon like Diana die in the banality of a car crash. We want to think it's going to be a bigger reason.
It seems too difficult to cope with, and I certainly remember thinking that at the time. How could this be? How could such a bright light be snuffed out in just such a, in theory, almost mundane way? Of course, paparazzi being involved in all of that, it was unique circumstances. Imagine, if you would, that she could see her sons right now and her grandchildren, and also specifically Catherine Middleton. I know here in the States, I mean, we are nearly obsessed with the Duchess of Cambridge. What do you think Diana would have to say about her family and how they've thrived since her passing?
Well, I think she'd be pleased with that word that you use, family. I mean, it's clear that Prince William is a hands-on father, and I found it interesting that the other day he was saying that he wanted George and Charlotte, his children, to grow up as normally as possible, not to be hidden away. And it's virtually word for word what Diana said to me 25 years ago when she was talking about William and Harry, not wanting them to be raised up with a governess. And I was very heartened when I look at William. He's very much a combination of both the Queen and Diana. This Diana for his sensitivity and compassion, the Queen cautious and thoughtful.
Absolutely. Andrew Morton, thank you so much for your time this morning. We want to let everybody know the TLC special, Princess Diana, Tragedy or Treason, will air Monday, July 31st. Andrew, thanks for your time.
My pleasure.